Welcome back to Captain Rook's Reading Corner. Now, we've been reading through Treasure Island, and we're up to Chapter 12. Now, if you haven't watched the earlier videos, you ought to, because Chapter 12 is an odd place to start. But there is a lot of fighting in these here chapters, and Captain Rook's got some props. But all you sprogs out there, remember, they're only props. It's best to leave real fighting to real pirates, because when real fighting happens, real people get hurt. It's exciting to read about, not so much fun in real life. But get yourself a good warm drink, get comfortable, and we'll start in on Chapter 12. The Attack. Sure enough, there were two men outside the stockade. One of them was waving a white cloth. The other was Silver himself. They stood knee-deep in a low, white morning fog that had crawled out of the swamp. 10 to 1, this is a trick, said the captain. He called out, "Who goes? Stand, or we fire." "Flag of truce," cried Silver. "And what do you want with your flag of truce?" cried our captain. "I'm Captain Silver, sir. I'm here to make a bargain," he shouted. "Captain Silver? Who's he?" cried the captain. Long John answered, "It's me, John Silver, sir. These lads have chosen me as their captain. All I ask is your word, Captain Smollett, to come to terms. Then let me go freely back." "My man," said Captain Smollett, "I have not the slightest desire to talk to you. If you wish to talk to me, you can come. That's all." "That's enough, Captain," shouted Long John cheerily. "A word from you is enough." Silver came up to the fence, threw over his crutch, and got a leg up. With great strength and skill, he climbed that fence and dropped to the other side. There's a picture of him coming up to the fence. It's a right tricky thing to do with one leg. Silver had terrible hard work getting up the steep land that led to the blockhouse. His crutch sank in the soft sand, but he stuck to it, and at last arrived before the captain. Silver saluted. He was dressed up in a long blue coat with brass buttons. A fine hat was set on the back of his head. Important thing as a captain, to have a fine hat. "Here you are, my man," said Captain Smollett. "You had better sit down." "You'll make me sit outside on the cold sand, Captain," complained Long John. "Why, Silver, if you had been an honest sea cook, you might be treated better. But you're a common pirate, and here you'll sit." "Well, well, Captain," said the sea cook. He sat down on the sand. Then he spied me. "The top of the morning to you, Jim. The doctor, too. Why, there you are all together like a happy family." "If you have anything to say, my man, better say it," said the captain. "Right you are, Captain Smollett. Well now, that was a good trick last night. One of you is pretty handy with a handspike, but you won't be able to sneak over and kill another man again, I tell you." The captain did not know what Silver was talking about, but I did. Ben Gunn must have paid a late-night visit to the pirates while they lay about drunk. I reckoned that we now had one less enemy to deal with. "Well, here it is," said Silver. "We want that treasure, and you want to save your lives. You have a map, haven't you?" "Perhaps," replied the captain. "Oh, well, you have, I know that," said Long John. "We want your map." Here the two men smoked their pipes and eyed each other for quite a while. "Now," Silver went on, "you give us the treasure map. You do that, and we'll offer you a choice. Either you join us, and we splits the treasure with you, and drops you safely ashore somewheres, or you can stay here, you can. We'll leave food and supplies with you. I'll give my word of honor to send a ship back here to pick you up." Captain Smollett rose from his seat on the porch. "Is that all?" he said. "Every last word, by thunder. If you refuse that, the next you'll see are musket balls." "Very good," said the captain. "Now, you'll hear me. If you'll come up one by one, unarmed, I'll take you home to a fair trial in England. If you won't, you have my word as an Englishman that I'll see you all to Davy Jones below. You can't find the treasure. You can't sail the ship. I stand here and tell you so, and they're the last good words you'll get from me. Now go, my lad, and double quick." Silver's face turned red. "Give me a hand up." "Not I," said the captain. "Who'll give me a hand up?" Silver roared. Not a man moved. Growling, he crawled along the sand till he got hold of the porch and could get himself up on his crutch. "Before an hour's out," he cried, "I'll crush your old blockhouse like a rum barrel." And with a dreadful curse he stumbled off and ploughed through the sand. The man with the flag of truce helped him over the fence, after 4 or 5 tries. Then he disappeared among the trees. And there's the back of him. "To your posts!" roared the captain. "Doctor, take the door. Hunter, take the east side. Joyce, you stand by the west. My man, Mr. Trelawney, you are the best shot. You and Gray will take this long north side with the 5 loopholes. Hawkins, neither you nor I are good at the shooting. We'll stand by to load muskets and give a hand." The chill and the fog lifted. The sun began to bake the sand. We flung off our jackets and coats and rolled up our sleeves. Then we stood there, in a fever of heat and fear. An hour passed away as we waited and waited. And then came the sounds of attack. Joyce whipped up his musket and fired. Shots rang out from all directions. Several bullets struck the blockhouse. Then all was quiet again, until we heard a loud hurrah as pirates leaped from the woods and ran straight to the stockade. A rifle ball sang through the doorway and knocked the doctor's musket into bits. The pirates swarmed over the fence like monkeys. Squire and Gray fired again and again. 3 pirates fell. 2 had bit the dust. 1 had fled. But 4 had made it across the fence and into the stockade area. Here they are firing, with a lot of smoke. They ran for the blockhouse, and the rest of the pirates, still in the woods, shouted and cheered them on. In a moment, the 4 pirates were upon us. The head of Job Anderson appeared at the middle loophole. "Adam, all hands! All hands!" he roared in a voice of thunder. At the same moment, another pirate grabbed Hunter's musket and pulled it through the loophole. With one blow, Hunter fell to the floor. Another pirate ran around to the doorway and fell with his cutlass on the doctor. The blockhouse was full of gun smoke. I heard pistol shots, and then one loud groan. "Out, lad! Fight him in the open!" "Use your cutlasses!" cried the captain. I grabbed a cutlass and dashed out of the door into the clear sunlight. Someone was close behind me. Right in front, the doctor was chasing an enemy down the hill. The rest of the pirates were now swarming up the fence to make an end of us. One man was on the top with one leg over. He had on a red nightcap and held his cutlass in his mouth. It's not a very good idea. But before he could climb over, the battle was finished, and victory was ours. And here's young Jim with the cutlass. And who taught him to use it, I don't know. Gray had been put an end to Job Anderson. Another pirate had been shot through a loophole while he tried to shoot into the blockhouse. The doctor struck a fatal blow to another. One of the 4 who had climbed the fence, only one was alive, and he was climbing back over the fence. In 3 seconds the attackers had fled. 5 had been killed. But we had paid a price for our victory. Hunter and Joyce both lay dead inside the blockhouse. The squire sat holding the captain, who had been hit by 2 musket balls. "Have they run?" the captain asked weakly. "All the ones that could run," answered the doctor. "But there's 5 of them that will never run again." "5," cried the captain. "That leaves us our 4 men against their 9. That's not good odds. But we'll hear more about it in the next chapter. I'll be seeing you again soon.